Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Broverwatch podcast. We're already back. Calder's eating pizza. We're in a rush this time because it's 7:22 and the Oscars are on at 8, and we're gonna watch them. But we gotta give you guys the content.
All right.
So
I'm so excited.
we're in. Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but we're in person right now.
I'm in the same place as him. All right.
So, we're going to start with some news, as we do. So watch this. It's news time. Oh, no, it's news time. Whoa. So we'll start from the top. Fact Fiction is officially an outlaw. Like, he's actually signed now. Don't know if he's going to be playing because he would be replacing Muma, and Muma's been popping off lately.
There we go. Well, that's not awkward at all.
Gambler.
Is on Seoul.
Dynasty, talking to the mic.
Yep, he's in the Dynasty now. It's good.
Yeah, that's good for Seoul, even though they've been looking up anyway.
I think that's the first player they've signed the whole season. That's nice.
Overwatch League. Oh, this is huge, actually.
I don't know what any of that means, so explain it.
The Overwatch League beat out the NALCS in concurrent viewers in Week 1.
What is the NALCS? What is the NALCS?
The NALCS is the North American League Championship Series, which is League of Legends, which is the top esport.
That's kind of disgusting.
And we beat them out.
Yeah, that's good. They should be beaten.
And it's
League
most
of
likely
Legends?
due to the token win things.
League of Legends is gross. League of Legends is gross.
There you go. I don't play it, but I enjoy watching.
Really?
Yeah. Gaguri and other dragons are gonna. I think
Sky and AKO.
not AKO.
Not? Yeah, it's
8-0. ADO.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, man, we're professionals.
Yeah.
They're actually probably gonna miss stage 2 entirely. I think we
So-
might have slightly mentioned this last week.
So will Seoul win a game this stage?
I think you mean Shanghai.
Yep. You know the thing is? Went to Eastside Mario's today. Don't know what that has to do with anything. I'm just really tired. All right.
He's tired, and we're eating pizza, and this is the worst episode.
Yep. Oh well.
Don't worry, it'll get better when we're not eating pizza or in a rush. And have a camera that doesn't make us look like pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a big boy.
Brigitte, new character.
I've heard Brigitte, Bridget, and Brigida.
Oh, I've heard Brigida.
Jeff said Brigida.
But I was like, that's disgusting.
I was like, what are you, Jeff? It's Bridget.
Brigitte. I'll say Brigitte. Meet him halfway.
This guy.
Who was talking about I saw something about the potential meta changes, which is interesting. And it was basically like, their theory is that she'll take away the power from the high-powered characters, the high-powered dive characters, like Genji and whatever, because you're able to stun them with the shield and slow them down a little bit.
Yeah.
So this should be good. But she seems like she'll be a little overpowered.
I've played her a bit, and she's fun. But she cancels out so many heroes. Like, she can pretty much destroy Winston, destroy Tracer, Genji, pretty much any of those. Like, no joke, yesterday someone posted a clip of them fighting a Tracer, and they shield bashed, whacked, and then shifted, so they did the whip shot thing, just all in succession, and Tracer died. And there was nothing she could do about it because that takes all of her health away.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's rough.
It's a little
It's a little much.
They're probably going to have to balance her.
And I saw some other people talking. I think it was Bonnie from Outlaws said and Clockwork as well, I think, said they don't really like her being in the game because she's very easy to play. And it's nice to have another healer, but she's not really a healer.
And she's not really a tank either.
Yeah, so it's like an easy hero. So all these people are going to play this hero, but she's not really helpful at all.
It's kind of like the Mercy thing.
Yeah, except like she is useful.
Yeah.
But she was broken because she was too useful.
Yeah.
Whereas I think people will think they're helping because they're like, I picked a healer. And it's like, yeah, but all you're doing is hitting people with
Yeah, I guess if you're good, it can be useful because it'll cancel out the heroes.
She's fun, though.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off because I'm a Winston main.
Aren't we all? Oh, that's even more worse than the last time you did that.
Okay. There were some leaks, some transfer leaks or signing leaks. Either way, they're leaks, and they mean something.
And they were confirmed by
Dante. Not confirmed. Someone asked on stream if they were real, and he said, no one's told us anything, but he's pretty sure they're real. So, just going down the list.
The only name that I know from there is Architect. I think.
Would be signed to the Shock.
Well, they need someone. They need someone. Like, come on. What are you doing there, boys?
The Shock might also get Choi Hyobin.
Does he have, is that his, league name?
Not sure.
All right.
London Spitfire might get T1Z or Tai Z. Maybe he uses the one as an I. London might also get Ding. Gladiators might get Void, and Dallas Fuel might get OGE. What's with Fuelin getting just 3-letter names?
Yeah, just 3-letter. I don't know.
Maybe
SQC, OGE,
AKM.
They should get EQO.
AKM.
Right.
So I believe that's all the news. Oh wait, yeah, that's all the news that we have for this week. Unless we missed any. If we missed any, comment down below. We'll mention it next week.
We're gonna do the games a little different this week. Yeah, switch the little filter there. There we go. We're gonna talk about 4 teams specifically.
Yeah.
And then we'll just, I guess,
mention
all the other
let's
games.
mention all the games, and then we're gonna touch on the ones that we think actually meant something. So you do Wednesday.
Okay, so first game was Seoul, Dallas Fuel, Los Angeles and the Shock. Oh, Seoul, Dallas Fuel, 3-1 for Seoul. Los Angeles Shock, 3-1 for the Valiant. And then Gladiators, Shanghai, 4-0 for Gladiators. Which is come on.
Although, I'm a little surprised by that because Gladiators are meh.
Yeah. But Shanghai's even.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, one we picked up for today, or Wednesday, not today.
The one we picked out for Wednesday
was Seoul Dallas. Because even though they lost 3-1, they still got a map on them, which is pretty impressive for a team that's been together for a week, basically 2 weeks.
with the new Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a map on arguably the top team in the league.
Really? Well, yeah, I guess they're
Now,
Yeah.
arguably.
because they were really good in the beginning, and then they kind of dropped off.
But you can see New York slipping too.
You think so?
Well, they went 1-1 this week, didn't they?
I don't think so. I think they went 2-0.
Well, either way,
Right now they've only lost 2 games in the whole.
Really?
Yeah, they're I think 12-2.
Huh.
That's a yikes. That's a yikes.
All right. I thought that Dallas was gonna get the 4th map, Route 66, because they're just not great at the other 3 kinds of maps: the assault, control, and attack assault. But they got the Hollywood.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Dallas. They had so many good players.
Mm-hmm.
They got more really good players, and they're still bad.
Yeah. Well, they're not terrible, because in that first round they got kind of rolled by Seoul.
They're very mid to low tier, and there was I think it was in their second game of the week, but there was they went into their comms, and pretty much everyone was just yelling back and forth, not I hate you yelling,
But just
not
organized.
pretty much XQC was guys, when we see the point, we gotta get on the point, and what my doggies,
Okay.
And Mick, weirdly enough, Mickey was guys, calm down, whereas he's usually the guy that's
I don't know if that was racist.
no, it's because he did the eye thing that one time. That does sound racist, but you know what I'm talking about.
But in the first game, they kind of went toe to toe with them until that overtime, because they got rolled in the first by Seoul. Then they kind of did it back to them. They did it 30 seconds slower, I think, than Seoul did.
It wasn't that much of a crush.
Yeah.
They
This
just
is
lost.
it's one of those ones where you're It could have gone either way.
It's weird. Dallas is one of those teams where they tend to suck against the sucky teams.
Mm-hmm. They play down to their competition.
Yeah, and then it's more like they play up. Like, I think they're here level, and when they play here level teams, they play here level.
Oh, okay.
But then like when they face this team, they play like here. And then they're like here. So that was that game. Here's the thing. I feel like Seoul, at least for me, is like the villain of the league.
Kinda.
Just because like they started off so good, so everyone's like, yeah, don't do good. And it's nice that they're doing well again.
Oh, that's just the worst one.
So that was the game.
Oh,
that was just the worst one.
Ow. This is so much more fun.
I can hit ham.
You can do Thursday. I'll allow it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do Thursday. So the games were Florida Mayhem versus London Spitfire. London won 3-1. Houston Outlaws versus Philadelphia Fusion. Philadelphia won 3-2. Yikes.
Pussy boy.
And New York versus Boston. Boston won 4-0. Which, this isn't the game we chose for this week, but just wanted to quickly touch on...
No, New York won 4-0.
That's the one we're touching on?
No, I thought you said Boston won 4-0.
Sorry, yeah, New York won 4-0. And even though that's not the game we're touching on, I just want to say Boston's not looking very good.
No, not at all.
At all, which is a bummer. Anyway, so the game we're going to be talking about
is Philly and Houston. Which
I watched this whole game.
You got kind of...
It was hard to watch.
I can imagine.
Because it wasn't a complete destroy, but it was...
It wasn't, like, great, though.
Because Philly generally has been looked at as kind of like a mid-tier team, and all of a sudden they're really good.
Yeah.
And Houston has always been looked at as a really good
team, but they're just kind of looking... They look a little flat.
This was a really bad week for them.
Yeah.
Really bad week.
And it's not like they got blown out by any proportion.
There's just a lot of weird decisions made.
And it's like in Route 66, only 1 point was scored. So
in the whole
thing. And Ilios, it could have gone either way. It was 2-1.
Nepal.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Nepal we won.
Yeah. In Hollywood 2-1. So like they went to overtime in the first in Volskaya. So it's like it wasn't really that much of a crush.
No, but we lost.
Yeah.
This one was, when I watched this, I was less like, oh, Houston's doing bad. More like, oh, shoot, Philadelphia's really good now. That was the game.
EA Sports, it's Adam's game tonight. I have a basketball game tomorrow.
You play basketball? No. I was going to say,
why you know. Everything, bro.
There we go. All right.
On Friday, we got Boston, Florida, 4-0 for Boston. Los Angeles Gladiators, Seoul Dynasty, 3-1 for Seoul. And then Dallas Fuel, Los Angeles Valiant, 3-1. So
you didn't
Boston
choose a game for this one.
No. Well, because Dallas and Boston are there. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Dallas played the Valiant. It was kind of like a alright game. It wasn't a complete crush. Wasn't like it's not like, I don't think the Valiant crushed them, did they?
I don't think so.
And then you just have Boston beating like a low team. Like if you beat Florida, it's not like,
yeah, it wasn't a crush.
Beating Florida is not like,
the thing is, weirdly
we're
enough,
gonna win soon.
In the Boston Florida game, when Chris Puckett asks the 3 desk analysts to predict which team's going to win, all 3 of them said Florida.
Why?
Because they said that, ooh, Boston's looking really bad and it's not the Met is not favoring them.
But it's like there's to me there's different levels of teams here. We've got Shanghai, Florida, down in the bottom.
And I'd honestly be willing to,
I guess you could
make
say
Shanghai their
different.
own thing.
Yeah. But like it's Shanghai, Florida, you can pretty much give them a loss every time they play.
Unless they're facing each other, then Florida wins.
And then just above them, you've got like Shock, and it was like Gladiators in Dallas, but they're kind of breaking out of that now. But you could. I
But
guess
they're
you could
still
put,
kind of there because like
you could put
every
Dallas
team's
in there,
moving up.
except for those bottom two and fucking San Francisco, which is a train wreck, by the way.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad. It's nice that my team's good.
Even though they lost twice this week, but.
Well.
So yeah, the Dallas game. It's not really something to worry about because they kind of went toe to toe with one of the top 6 teams in the league.
And the thing is, I'm a Houston fan, so I should hate Dallas because of the
Geography.
Texan. But like, I want Dallas to do well because I like all the people on
Here's
their
the thing:
team.
we can't really have a rivalry against any team because 1, the league's so new, and 2, we don't have a team that we actually care about a lot.
I care about the.
But
yeah.
if a Toronto team came, you'd start cheering for them.
Yeah, but I'd also still like the Outlaws.
Yeah, but like then you'd be a Toronto fan.
Here's the thing, okay? During the Dallas Valiant game, a lot of people were concerned because during halftime, all of the Dallas Fuel players went back to like confer with each other and plan for the second half, but Effect stayed on stage at his computer, and people thought that he was like. There were 2 reactions to this. 1, oh guys, Effect must be super depressed right now, and he's depressed. 2, how immature of him to not even go back to confer with his team. He's just sitting up there. But then XQC went on stream and said that he felt like he wasn't doing very well, so he was practicing the game.
Oh, so he's just.
But he was also on comms because like it
Okay.
goes back, so he was still talking with his team. He was just also practicing, and apparently he did much better in the second half.
This is kind of hard to like tell what's going on.
A lot of people
Because-
jumped to conclusions. A lot of people were making Dr. Reddit jokes where it's like Reddit's immediately like, he must hate his team.
It's hard to tell because there's so much, especially in this sport, that you don't know what's going on.
No,
Like in hockey, if someone guy's sitting on the bench, he's not talking to his team.
no.
So,
There's so much behind the scenes stuff. Like so much.
yeah.
All right. On to the Saturday games. Philadelphia Fusion faced off against London Spitfire. London won 4-0. Ooh, looks like Philadelphia's not that good.
I mean, yeah, just keep going. We'll talk about that later in a bit.
Houston faced New York. This was Houston's first loss 4-0. They've never lost 4-0, but it happened.
Yeah.
And it was...
It was to one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
It was to one
it
of
was
the
to
best teams in the
the best team in the league, I'd argue.
Yeah, probably. They haven't. Yeah, I don't know.
And San Francisco Shock faced Shanghai Dragons, and Shanghai Dragons came out on... No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
They did not.
Never will. Until they get those new players.
This guy went 4-0.
I know.
What are the...
Well, it's not like I was excited for it. I was like, oh.
So I feel like... This was a weird day. Sorry.
You go.
This was a weird day because it was all 4-0s. That's a lot of 4-0s. They happened more than I thought they would. 4-0s.
Like the Houston, New York, and Philly, London game, I didn't really see going 4-0s.
Yeah. I thought Philly and Houston would at least get 1 or 2.
What the Philly-London game says, though, is they're not quite there yet, even though that they're playing really well.
Yeah.
They're not like top 3 teams in the league.
Yeah. And I think a big problem, and I don't want to point fingers, but a big problem with the Houston-New York game was I think Jake's having trouble finding his place because he played a lot of Tracer.
Yeah.
And he's good at Tracer.
And you don't.
He's just not
always need
Overwatch
Tracer.
League level Tracer.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you're going to play Tracer, you should put Clockwork in.
Yeah.
Because Clockwork is a very good Tracer.
Because you need one of the best Tracers in the world.
Yeah. Especially when you're facing New York.
Yeah.
Like, Jake's good, but, like...
You can't play Junkrat every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't play Young anyway.
Jake Lowell, K.E.
Which, by the way, Reddit always does a thing where they list all the most sent things to the chat. It's always JLolKE.
Not in... Only if it's a Houston game.
No.
No, I've been looking at them, and a lot of them are like lol. Just lol. That's
Kim,
it.
it's not always the top one, but it's always...
Yeah.
Like, I saw a friggin', like... It was like a Valiant versus Philadelphia game, and like the
J-Lil
ninth
KE.
most was J-Lil KE. And I'm like, it must have been during like a preview thing, and he popped up, and everyone was like, "This is a funny joke."
Yeah, I guess. Or they're just idiots. Sorry.
And then
Super gay. Sorry.
And then Shanghai versus San Francisco.
Yeah.
This was
Maybe Shanghai could have gotten a map.
this was
but,
so they probably could have, but like I saw a clip where I forget who it was. I think it was MG. He was Diva, and then he just used to self-destruct when there was no one around, and then you just see Undead and Dia just stop moving, looking at it at the same time, and then walking away. And someone posted it and was like, "This is the summary of Shanghai right now."
It was actually
not that
yeah.
much of a stomp.
It was 1-0 on Hanimura, 2-1 on Nepal, 3-2 on Kings Row, and
4-5.
Gibraltar.
Yeah,
5-4 on Gibraltar. So it's not like, yeah, it wasn't really a
it wasn't a
either,
crush, yeah.
which is kind of sad for me. But you know, take the win.
Still won. Take the win.
Let's just look at the standings because I want to look at the standings for a second.
All right, we're gonna look at the stand. Those were all the games.
Yeah.
So highlights: Dallas not doing as well as we'd like. Seoul doing better. By the way, real want to quick say, Jonak from New York is so good. Like he's so
Alright.
good, and he'd never played professionally before the Overwatch League, and he's insane. So yeah, those are all the games. Oh, and Houston, bad week. Philadelphia, good
Kind of
week.
showed us where they are in
Yeah.
the league. Okay, so New York's first, Seoul second,
London
London's
third.
third. London's lost 4 games. That's kind of surprising. Didn't think that they'd lost that many. That's a nice noise.
Sorry.
LA's tied with London, except the map differential's different. Houston's fifth, tied with Philadelphia. That's kind of surprising too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The only reason
it's just
Houston's ahead right now is because their map differentials.
they've got 16 more map wins than Philadelphia.
Mhm.
So, then Boston's still 7th. They're still holding on there, +2 map differential, but they're 7-7. So, then you've got the Gladiators 6-8 in 8th, Dallas 5-9 in 9th, and San Francisco 4-10, and then to 2 shitty teams. But San Francisco really slipped.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were around.
They were mid tier.
Yeah, they were like around 500 map differential
I think they're just the only team that hasn't gone up.
to like the next level.
Every other team has, apart from Boston, but they were so high up that now they're middle. But like every team has moved up in skill so much, and San Francisco stayed the same, so they're dropping.
I still get this feeling that the Gladiators aren't as good as they seem right now because they got 1 new player, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much Fisher can hold on.
The
to this
Gladiators
team.
are a weird team for me. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what they are.
I just don't have like a feeling about them. You know what I'm saying? It's not positive. It's not like, oh, they fucking suck.
I'm just like, eh.
It's not like Shanghai, but it's not like.
Here's the thing about Shanghai, though. We were saying they would, but they will probably not win a map this stage.
Yeah,
So they're going to go a full half season without winning a single match.
Pretty funny.
It's kind of funny, but
Well, we were betting on them getting those new players, and they didn't.
yeah. Because
So
they're not getting their new players. And I think Undead and Dia sent out a tweet. It was like a joint tweet, I think. And pretty much they were like, we're really sorry we're not doing well. And this sentence like broke my heart because they said
they're just
we can tell, we know the difference between our team and the really good teams. And I'm like, oh man, come on.
It's so sad.
Because I think it sucks because like they're really good, but everyone else on their team is not that good.
But then they'll have really good players in stage 3, hopefully. If the US
Hopefully.
would just let them in. Ooh, I know. Ooh, build the wall. But they're in China or Korea or something. I don't know where they're from. Korea, right?
Most of them are from Korea. I think they're all from.
I guess they've got to learn Mandarin.
Anyway, so that was the week. Like we said, short episode. It's under 30 minutes.
That's pretty zany, huh?
That's pretty crazy. So just to summarize, I want Houston to do better, and I believe they will.
Oh. The shock. Just what are you doing? Send this to Baby Bay. I'm not going to do the Baby Bay challenge until you beat a good team. He's so hot. That's it. So this is it. We're going to be done now.
Guys,
can't wait to see you next week.
When it's better. But we're also on webcam again.
Yeah.
Just to... He's here. I'm here.
They could see that the whole time.
Within the next 6 months.
Hopefully. I'm going to be at my mom's for the summer.
In about 6 months.
I'm done school at the end of April.
Yeah, but we won't live together. We're arguing on a podcast.
We should just go.
We'll
talk about this later.
Him divorcing him.
Try me, bitch.
Better sign that prenup.
All right. Bye.
Anyway, it'll be better within a year. If we're still doing it, we better be. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've had a boy of a time. Love you. Bye.